Hi, hello. In this video, I will be making the Mitchell trousers. I made them before in a medium weight gray cotton, and I wear them all the time. They have a great fit and feel. So I'm going to make another pair. My name is Linda. I'm a writer and actor living in New York City and lover of fashion and beautiful clothes. I don't have the budget for all the beautiful things I see out there on the streets, so I'm in the process of making my own wardrobe and trying to get to a place where I really love every piece that I have and every piece feels like me and I want to put it on. I'm going to make this pair of Mitchell trousers in this black linen. It's kind of medium weight. I think it's going to be great for the summer. I wear jeans all the time. It's kind of my default. I have about four different pairs that I rotate through, and I like them, but I want more variety. I do not have a nice, good fitting pair of black pants, period. So hopefully these will be it. I grew up out west wearing jeans, Levi's 501s when that's kind of all there was, and I do love them, but I'm a little sick of them. So hopefully this will be another good option for me. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Alison Bornstein's concept of the three words. I think these pants will fit into my three words. And I think about my three words before I make something, before I buy something. I try to thrift most of my clothes or make them and not buy new. But I do think about the words. I have more than three words. I probably have 10 words, but I try to narrow it down. In terms of my everyday word, I would say it's casual, which I sort of internally balk at that idea because I think of myself as more fancy than that. But the truth is, I work at home, I'm home a lot, and I do tend to throw on things that have a casual quality to them. Today, I have on this shirt that I made that is super comfortable, and I just love the fit and feel. I will put links below for all the patterns that I'm referencing, and also a pair of cargo pants that I thrifted that are just lightweight and easy, and I throw those on. So I do have a choice besides jeans. I have these, but I need more choices. My aspirational word, I would say, is dramatic, bold, eclectic. I know those are three words. Somewhere in there. And my feeling word, I think, is feminine slash sexy. How I want to feel when I get dressed in the morning, what makes me feel comfortable. So I think these pants that I'm about to make will fit into my three words: casual, bold, dramatic, feminine, black linen, a nice fitted waist, a loose drapey feel that's lightweight for the summer. I think I'm hopefully covering all those bases and it'll be something that I can use for a long time. So I'm excited. Let's lay out the fabric and get going and see how it goes. Thanks. Thanks for watching. I am ironing the interfacing onto the waistband pieces. I used black interfacing so it would not show through the linen. Mark the back pieces where the darts will be and the pocket. Iron the darts toward the center back and put on the welt interfacing. Finish the raw edges of back pocket facing, piece N, and back pocket welt, piece M as in Mary. Mark up the pocket lining with the area where you will be sewing the pocket opening. With wrong sides together, sew back pocket facing in between the notches on back pocket lining. Then with right sides together, align the back pocket welt on the back trouser leg and pin in place. Turn the leg over so the wrong side is facing up. Position back pocket lining on the back trouser leg with right side of lining touching wrong side of leg. Line up the welt opening with the line on the back welt interfacing. Ensure the pocket lining is centered on the welt location. Pin in place. With the right side of the leg facing up, carefully sew around the perimeter of the welt location through the welt, trouser leg, and pocket lining. The dart point should not extend past the bottom of the stitch line of the welt. Press the long edges of the welt down along the stitch line. This will make turning the welt to the wrong side of the trousers easier in the next step. Using a small pair of scissors with the sharp points, cut through the center of the welt rectangle, stopping a ½ inch away from each short side. Clip on an angle to each corner, cutting as close as possible to the stitch line without cutting into it. This is a bit tricky. I have done it before, but each time I have to hold my breath when I cut into the fabric. Pull the welt to the inside through the opening. The wrong side of the welt should be touching the wrong side of the lining. Press thoroughly around the opening. You may get little puckers in the corners. Try to snip a little closer if possible. And enjoy your beautiful new pocket opening. Lift the bottom edge of the welt up to reveal the seam allowance. Press it open. Accordion fold the bottom half of the welt so that the fold lines up with the top edge of the welt opening. Press into place. To secure the welt in place, sew the triangular wedge that resulted from cutting the welt open to the folded welt. Fold the trouser leg under the welt, away from the lining, sew the bottom edge of the welt to the pocket lining. With wrong sides together, fold the back pocket lining, stitch the sides, press, finish seam allowance. To secure and stabilize the top part of the welt, fold the trouser leg away from the lining, stitch the lining together as close as possible to the top fold of the welt opening. With right sides together, align the back trousers together along the crotch seam, reinforce the seam with a second line of stitching, and finish the raw edges. The back is all done. The center seam is sewn. The pockets are finished. Pocket welts look great. They're so involved. This is now the second time I've done it, but they're really satisfying when they're done because they look so cool and finished. Finish the raw edges of bottom pocket facings and top pocket facings. Next step is, with wrong sides together, position bottom pocket K on top of pocket lining I, which I have here, and stitch in place at 1/4 inch around this perimeter. Wrong sides together, position top pocket facing on pocket lining and stitch around the perimeter. With right sides together, sew the top pocket to the front trouser leg along the angled pocket seam. I use stay tape along the seam to help stabilize it so when you're taking your hands in and out of the pocket, it doesn't start gaping. Press the seam towards the pocket and understitch the facing to the seam allowance. Right sides together, align the top and bottom pocket along the curved seam. Be careful to fold the top edge of the front leg down so you don't sew that in when you're sewing around the perimeter of the pocket, and then finish the raw edge of the seam. Hi, I'm in my exercise clothes at the moment, but I wanted to show you this. I'm having an issue, which I've had before with this pattern. This pleat, here I've got the front left. I've sewn this pleat and it looks good. Here's the pocket, but it's complicated to get it to really fit right. And now I will turn around the camera. So the challenge I'm having here is with the sewing the pleat and finishing the top of the pant leg. This piece is the bottom pocket. It gets sewn onto the side of the pant leg, and it's just an extra piece that's there. But then once you sew the top pocket, which are these two pieces you've already connected, you get, and you fold it under the way it will live eventually. You get the full, you get your full width of the pant. But when I did this, I remember last time they didn't line up. And I've been over and over what I did, trying to figure it out, and I don't know exactly what happened. It's interesting, on the left front, they did line up. On this, they didn't. It might have just been cutting error. I didn't cut as precisely as I should have. I probably shouldn't have used scissors with linen. I should have used the cutting wheel. But in any case, I'm gonna go ahead and sew this pleat, and it's gonna be a little uneven at the top, which hopefully, you know, will look something like this once I sew down here as I did on the left front. And I'm gonna have to deal with that when I create the facing for the waist. So onward. Okay, I've sewn the pleats in both of the front pant sides and this little bar tack, and tacked it down with basting. Again, it's slightly uneven, but I'm gonna try to work that out by measuring and making sure everything's the same when I do the facing. Onto the fly and the zipper. Finish the raw edge of the fly extension from the top to the crotch seam on both front pieces. Put the right sides together of both front legs. Baste from the top to the circle mark or the end of the fly, and sew with a regular stitch from that point to the end of the crotch seam. I'm double checking the markings on the pattern here. I do mark the pieces before I start sewing, but I often go back to the pattern and double check to make sure that I am right. I'm hand basting here rather than machine basting because with the linen, the stitches really show, so I just wanted to not have those marks on the finished pants. With the wrong side of the pants facing up and the right side of the zipper facing down, you align the right edge of the zipper tape with the center front seam, and you sew the left side of the zipper to the fly extension using a zipper foot. Lay the left fly extension over the right fly extension. The zipper should now be in the center front. Pin the right side of the zipper and sew to the right fly extension. With the trousers right side up, place the top stitching guide on the right leg of the trousers. Make sure this line will catch the fly extension and is below the zipper top, and then carefully top stitch around that line. Back stitch at the center front seam. Remove the basting stitches. Right sides together, sew along the three sides of the fly shield, trim the seams, turn it right side out, and top stitch. Sew the fly shield to the left fly extension and finish the raw edge. With right sides together, sew the inseam of the front and back and finish the raw edge. Then sew the side seams and also finish the raw edge. So I've just sewed the side seams. I pinned them and put them on before I sewed the side seams just to make sure that I was correct and the 5/8 inch was right, and it was. And I'm pretty happy with the way they're looking. Yeah, so now I will turn them back inside out, serge the raw edges, finish the facing on the waistband, and hem. Right sides together, stitch all three facing pieces together. Finish the bottom edge of the facing. I decided to do it with bias tape as the linen frays so much. I thought this would look really nice and give it a clean finish. Right sides together, pin the facing to the waist. Sew the facing to the pants, press the seam towards the facing and understitch the facing, and then turn the facing inside and press thoroughly. From the right side of the pants, stitch in the ditch vertically along the seams to hold the facing in place. On the right fly, fold the seam allowance so that you can reveal the top of the zipper and secure with a slip stitch. On the left fly, secure facing to left fly shield with a slip stitch. I sewed bias tape to the bottom for the hem to give it a nice clean finish. And I'm done. Oh, I'm so pleased with the way they turned out. The fit is great, which of course is the benefit of making your own clothes. You can get it just how you want it. But they feel so good. They're so light and comfortable and flowy. I'm really happy. It's not a complicated pattern, but there's just a lot of detail. So it's satisfying to get done. A couple of the tops here, that flowered black and beige top I made, and the white and black top I made. So I will put links to those patterns below. If you have any questions about my process, please put them down in the comments. And best of luck to you with your sewing projects. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon with another video.